If you drive through the semi-arid plains of New South Wales today, you might blink and miss Moulamein. It's a quiet town with a population of about 484 people. Located far from the major coastal cities, it is an isolated landscape where you are more likely to see a wedge-tailed eagle or an emu than another person. But despite this current quiet, Moulamein holds a specific distinction. It is the oldest town in the entire Riverina region. Much of this history is now centralized at the Moulamein Heritage Village, where the physical buildings and documents of the era are kept. Before major inland centers like Albury had any permanent legal infrastructure, the pioneer outback was often lawless. For decades, if someone committed a crime in the deep interior, they were transported across miles of scrubland to face trial here. The survival of these artifacts provides a specific look at the legal and logistical systems required to settle the deep interior during the 19th century. Moulamain's development was driven by its location at the junction of the Edward River and Billabong Creek. This geography is reflected in its Aboriginal name, which is believed to mean the meeting of the waters. In 1842, an entrepreneur named Augustus Morris identified this specific river junction as a prime location for establishing large-scale pastoral runs. The grazing industry that followed operated on a massive scale, with early pastoralists bringing in thousands of sheep to graze on the surrounding land. This river junction soon became a primary transport hub, utilizing large paddle steamers and riverboats to haul wool from the interior to the coast. These rivers provided the necessary transport to support a heavy export trade, turning a simple junction into a logistical hub for the southern frontier. To manage the growing population, the government established the Court of Petty Sessions in 1847. The surviving logbooks from this period provide a physical record of the town's judicial activity. The pages are filled with thousands of handwritten entries, recording the relentless administrative work required to manage the frontier's legal disputes. The court's jurisdiction covered vast regions of the Riverina, meaning that prisoners and witnesses often traveled for weeks to reach this single outpost. In this courtroom, magistrates dealt with everything from local disputes to serious crimes committed hundreds of miles away. While the river trade provided the initial economic reason for the town, the presence of the court made Moulamein the early administrative center of the region. By the 1860s, the town added substantial infrastructure, including multi-story hotels and large storage sheds built to handle the region's agricultural output. This period of agricultural expansion changed dramatically in 1923 with the sudden arrival of the new railway line. Trains could move wool and goods more efficiently than riverboats, and the primary center of trade began to shift away from the river junctions. As the economic focus moved toward the rail lines, development in Moulamein slowed, effectively preserving its mid-19th century layout and buildings. Today, the dedicated local residents work to maintain these original structures, ensuring that the surviving timber and iron buildings remain intact. Through restoration and period reenactment, the community maintains the town's original buildings as functional historical sites. The history of the Riverina is recorded here not in modern monuments, but in the physical remnants of the junction where the rivers and the pioneers first met.